look. We're talking Raphina. He's gone to Barcelona. You've lost Kalvin Phillips. Now, I'm not digging out Leeds here, but for me, if I was at that football club and I was a fan of that football club, I'd be worried. I'd be concerned, thinking we're in big trouble.
I just wanted to put a different perspective on it. You know, in terms of Kalvin, it's life-changing money for him, and he's set up for life now. So there's no Leeds fans begrudging him that. You know what I mean? What you got to think of from City's perspective is Kalvin's not going to be a starter. Don't forget, they've signed basically what they've signed. They've signed Rodri's understudy. He's basically Rodri's understudy.
But we're not talking Man City. Who cares? You're talking about Leeds.
No.
He's gone.
No, I'm just painting the picture. So City didn't want to be seen to be paying overs for Kalvin. But don't forget, we've signed a young kid, Giabi from City, for $5 million, which is an absolute steal. He's Guardiola didn't want to let him go at all. So I think what we understand as Leeds fans is we're not shopping at Waitrose. We got to shop at Lidl. You know what I mean?
Don't knock Lidl.
It's a good shop.
You got Lidl's in Australia?
Good shop.
Yeah, we got Aldi and stuff like that. So, but you know what I mean?
Can't beat it.
Bit more of a quickie mart you're shopping at. Bit more of quickie mart.
No, they're shopping at Pound Stretcher.
Hey, listen, we've already spent
Wilco's.
We've already spent 100 million, fellas. I don't know if you know, we've already spent 100 million.
It's because you've earned it back from Kalvin Phillips and Raphina.
Yeah, and there's more to come. But all I'm saying is, hey, I was over there in February and March, right, when Bielsa got sacked. I got to Liverpool away. Liverpool didn't get our first game and they beat us 6-0. Our bench that night, it was a midweek game, our bench that night, there was 3 lads on the bench. They had to get a note from their mum and dad to stay out that late. We were that skinny last year in terms of squad.
Yeah.
So, and the injuries were as bad as I've ever known in 50 years, right? So what we're doing this year, we're thickening out the squad. We've brought 6 players in. There'll be 2 or 3 more to come.
Yeah.
So we've got a lot more depth.
With 5 subs, you need that.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair enough. You're making a good point, Sean. Yeah, you're making a good point.
What we're doing, lads, we're shopping within our budget. We're shopping for up-and-coming young players like Sinisterra from Feyenoord. I don't know if you've seen him. He looks special. Anderson, Aronson, sorry.
Until they play in the Premier League, Sean, you ain't got no idea.
Yeah, I know that. But the point I'm trying to make, mate, is that we can't go out and buy off the peg Savile Row suits. We've got to go to C&A and get ours, or we've got to go to M&S. We've got to go to M&S.
You're going TK Maxx. You're going TK Maxx.
Yes.
And
other
shops are available. But do you understand the point I'm trying to make? We can't compete with countries.
I do know, but listen,
we're competing against countries.
Yes, I think we'll...
Sean, thanks for your call, mate. Really good points.
But the point is that those 2 players that have let go have been... They're arguably the 2 best players, 2 most saleable assets, right? But he is right. They have gone out and spent the thick end of £100 million in this transfer window. So we will find out how good those players are, how influential those players are. But you can't help but just fear from a little bit, because you can on that pitch, Kalvin Phillips and Raphina in that first 11, are they going to be as good as those 2? I can't see that right now.
Well,
I just can't.
They're not. Let's go to Ben, who's a Leeds fan. Ben.
Hello.
All right, Ben.
Benny boy.
How are you doing, lads? You all right?
Yeah, we're great. Go on, what do you want to say?
Pretty much agree with most of what the previous callers just said.
Mm-hmm.
But I do also want to say, you just said it yourself, Jamie, you got no idea until people play in the Premier League. Well, Raphina wasn't part of the squad that brought us up from the Championship.
No.
There's only really Raphina and Rodrigo that got added in that first year. Right. Rodrigo hasn't proved his worth at all whatsoever. Raphina, dream season, first season round, but no one had seen him play in the Premier League.
No, but Ben, the problem you've got though, Ben, is they're your 2 best players. So they've come into the Premier League and been brilliant, right? But now you've got rid of them.
No, I agree with that. But last season,
so it's a gamble.
Last season, Calvin hardly played. We had massive injuries to everybody else that plays in that position. We ended up playing people that don't play in that position. This season coming, we've now got 3 central midfielders that are all pretty good by all accounts. We've got Rocker, we've got Adams, and we've also got Adam Forshaw back fully fit. So we've got 3, where last season we had half, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
Raphina-wise, we bought him for 17 million. He was a complete unknown. We've just gone out and basically paid inflation plus Raphinia's fee for Sinisterra, who, if you look at his figures, Christ, his figures are way better than what Raphina was when we signed him from Rennes. So I would say we're in a better position than we were at the start of last season because we've got that bulk in the squad. We've got
the thing is, though,
when they're injured.
The thing is, Ben, you stayed up literally in the last 10 minutes of the season. It was so tight for you.
I rang the morning show with three or four games to go, saying our only hope was that Brighton and Palace were on the beach when we played them. As it happened, we managed to perform that miracle and we stayed up. But I genuinely feel we started last season with like a 19-man squad, and half of them were kids. They've got a season under their belts, those kids. Gelhardt proved to be fantastic. Greenwood really came on towards the end of the season. We've got defenders in like Helder. There's Archie Gray, who just played in that 4-0 win against Blackpool last night, and everybody's raving about him. The lad's 16. So we've got a much better depth in the squad, and I do believe that Orta and Radrizzani learnt their lessons from the anger that was outpoured at the end of last season, in the fact that you got us in this position by not buying backup for Kalvin Phillips, by not buying backup for Patrick Bamford. And I genuinely believe they're going to go out there with that money that's come in and buy a good big name, proven numbers striker to back Bamford up. The rest of the team, we might be missing a left back, but other than that, I think we're looking all right. We're not any worse.
What will next season look like? What will next season look like then, Ben? What is looking all right? B. I mean,
I'm prepared. A few years back, we brought Thomas Christensen in as the boss, and nobody had ever heard of him. He went on a 10-game winning streak at the start of the season, and then it turned sour. I'm prepared to give Jesse Marsh a go. Nobody's going to say that the guy's going to perform miracles, but mid-table, there's got to be. When you look at other squads that are in the league, there's got to be other squads that are worse than ours now.
It'd be interesting to see. Ben, thanks for your call. Look, you got Everton are struggling. They've got rid of some of their best players. Bournemouth, Fulham, Brentford. I think Leeds have got to try and be better than them. But
if they make good points about the squad, because with the 5 subs
talking
next
about
season,
16-year-old.
No, but with the 5 subs, the squad depth is going to be absolutely crucial. The bench is going to be massive next season. Not that it isn't always, but with the changing a game now from the bench, if you can get that right, that's going to be worth so many points. Yeah. And if Marsh gets the squad right, who knows? It's I can't disagree with what you're saying about the 2 best players. They on that 11. They're going to be missed.
Yeah, keep your call coming in 03717 223344. Want to hear from some more Leeds fans, Chelsea fans as well. You're excited about Raheem Sterling and your first car stories. Is there any horror stories or any good ones or any bad motors that you had trying to drive around like Jason Cundy and his bad motors?
Go for us to Stripes. Huh? Yeah, it was a metallic grey with red. Think about that as down the side. Do you remember Starsky and Hutch? A little bit like that, son.